And hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the virtual desktop experience.
Hello.
You probably
Hi.
know us all by now. And if you don't, I'm James. I'm a musician. I make music with Tech down there a lot. We're in a group called Death's Dynamic Shroud. Um, to my right is Mark. He's a musician. Also, he makes music as R23X and also does cool VHS stuff. And then, of course, the indomitable Kevin Hine, Equip, all the way from Chicago, joining us as well. It's great to see you all. Gonna make this black and white. Now we are good to go. So welcome. So this is Kevin's season, but there were some slight technical difficulties, mainly because OBS is really, really bad in Windows, and for some reason a little more stable in Mac OS.
I can confirm this.
And you can't capture a Skype window in OBS in Windows. It's the weirdest thing.
So dumb.
Yeah, but we're good here. I am going to adjust this slightly. So yeah, this week we are in one of the first operating systems that I ever came in contact with when I was a young boy. And this is Mac OS 6. And I might have experienced an earlier version of it. Oh, you know what? I don't have any music playing either. It's been so long since I've done this. Let's see, where is that? Neo Gaia Phantasy, not the
VDE show rotation.
Thank you. We'll start with this. I'll turn that down. Yeah, we got a nice bed going on right now. So yeah, so OS 6, lovingly referred to as sort of like the Mac Classic operating system. This is what you would find on Macintosh Pluses, 128K Macs, Mac Classics, all the way through sort of the early 90s when they finally released Mac OS 7, which was the first one that had the rainbow logo Apple. But this was it for a long time. And it was true monochrome black and white. So we're cheating. We got grayscale going on here. But this operating system was mostly seen in sort of 8-inch little tube windows inside of that classic little beige Mac box. So it's a very nostalgic operating system for me. So I'm not too upset about having to run it, I guess.
Amy L. Fuchsia says, we've gone less than 5 minutes without a Windows disk from James.
Well, that's because we're in Macintosh, so I'm happy.
It's
It's a safe space.
I gotta say that it's an actual complaint. OBS for Windows just does not work how it should.
And
Things
like,
change and
What a shock.
yeah, for some reason I thought I had to use Windows to run this. So when we first Mark with the reacts, when we first put this together, I tried to do it in Windows, and I was like, I can't capture the Skype window. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I just like gave up and was like, I'll do it on Macintosh, and it turns out everything works. But yeah, poor Kevin, these last episodes that he's been running, he has to actually just capture a section of a second monitor that the Skype window is inside of, so he doesn't get any of those. For those that haven't used OBS, like if I start to manipulate the size of the Skype window, like it happens in real time in OBS as you're seeing, which is pretty cool. None of that though. It's
if I like move the corner of another window over top of the OBS window, it like shows up. It shows up on the stream.
Yeah, so it's like
Why would that happen?
it's like one of those old 90s Mac commercials, or I guess early 2000s, you know, where it was someone standing in front of a white screen being like, yeah, I was using Windows, and then the ground opened up and demons started springing out and stealing all of my furniture, you know. Should have gotten a Mac, you know. So that's what's going on here. Now, and I'm sorry, I'll just finish this little spiel about the OS and we can move on. But for true users of the Mac OS going this far back, they'll know that what they're seeing in front of them is a total fallacy. Because Mac OS 6 did not operate like this. It did not have multitasking like this. It did not have a visible finder while a bunch of apps were open. I mean, you could have like little applets like the calculator and the alarm clock and maybe a few other things, but most things like this is a Mac Write window down here. Applications, generally speaking, were full screen. The desktop would disappear. You would see your one window because you only had 8 inches of space to work with. So yeah, like for example, in the background here we have HyperCard running, which was just as a child in the 90s, HyperCard sort of opened my brain to all the endless possibilities of being able to make games without having to program, you know, because you just make cards, make buttons. I mean, literally Myst was made in HyperCard because it's nothing but invisible buttons that have scripts built into them, and then they just had a massive tree, you know, like a logic tree that, you know, that the game was designed with. But inside of the default stacks of HyperCard, there is just the most insanely sick art. And so this is some of the Apple clip art here. You can see all the cool little peripherals. And even way back in the day, Apple, as you can see, was all about dongles. You see, they're connecting all kinds of stuff that requires all kinds of proprietary dongles. So that's just kind of fun to think about. So anyway, that's
courage.
Yeah, that's it from
Why
my...
is it called collaborative poetry?
That was just a fun idea I had.
Aww.
Because it's like, that's kind of what the chat is, right? Yeah, everyone's working together, one line at a time, creating this, an epic, if you will.
So, would you say that all prose is poetry?
That sounds like a conversation I am no longer interested in having at this point in my life.
Only if you're a pro at poetry.
Yeah, so nice try. But not
Poetry.
today.
So what is HyperCard? It's just like you can click through on those things
So
and like see more stuff.
So HyperCard, it was
Wait.
based. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, that's working.
Whoa,
oh,
hey,
thank you.
What?
Hey.
Yeti.
Wow.
What the hell? Yeti
Oh,
donated
Yeti's in here?
69.69. Holy crap.
Wow.
Shout
Thank you,
That's-
Yeti.com.
Wow. Thank you so much.
And hey, that's the price for us to say, go to Yeti.com and buy some t-shirts. You know, thank you
Yes.
for donating.
You can buy this beautiful hat.
That's 2 sex numbers that you donated
Ah.
in a row.
Yeah, double sex numbers. Tech not impressed by number humor. He's into letter humor, but number humor, it's very, very lost on him.
Text and
Very-
alpha boy.
very limited.
Alphabet boy.
Limited numbers.
Yeah.
Outside of 666, 420, and 69, what other funny numbers are there?
But here, let me just
13.
pull up
None of
the...
them are funny.
And what was the number you said?
I said 13, but none of them are funny.
No,
No numbers are funny. You heard it here first, folks.
7.
Nine is the funniest number. Because if
Who's on the Yeti account? Is that Glenn or Mike?
I would think this is Glenn because
Glenn?
I actually today in the accounting department at the Yeti, somebody messaged me asking what a 6969 charge was on the
Yeah, it's
Yeti, and I'm
Glenn.
like, I think I know what it was.
Hell yeah.
So,
Thanks, Glenn.
HyperCard, just to finish answering your question here, HyperCard, basically the logic was that you had all these screens, and each screen was a card, and then the cards were in stacks. So think about Myst. Have you played Myst? Oh, we got another donation. And
Yep.
this one is...
Whoop.
fuck.
That's Blashy, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Blashy.
Hey,
thank you
Blashy.
so
Blashy.
much. Yeah, I should
Thank you.
layer this a little bit differently, maybe. So your program is the stack, and your individual screens are your cards. So think about Myst. The first card is standing on the dock with the boat on your right and the hidden door to your left. And then you click forward and forward you go. So they've just made a portion of the screen an invisible button that if you click on it, it says move to this card. And then the next card is you've moved a little further down the dock, and now there's an invisible button at the bottom of the screen to go back, invisible buttons on the left and right to click, and so each view in Myst, each individual view is its own card. And then there, like any game development, there might be multiple cards, that have different objects on them, and you just kind of, you can cleverly link things together to sort of, create the illusion of a game or whatever. But HyperCard came with all kinds of like fun little sort of test idea things. Like Apple basically, the goal with the Macintosh was that it was a personal computer for people that didn't want to fuck with DOS, right? It's like, this is a personal computer for the rest of us. I mean, that was the whole thing, right? It's like, you don't want to like run the Matrix on it, but you want to actually enjoy the experience if you don't have if you're not like a programmer. So HyperCard, it was like, here, you can build your own applications using a completely visual, what you see is what you get interface. So even me as like an elementary school kid, I made a game called Kung Fu Justin, which was, dubiously fun at best, but it was a Myst clone, basically, where you would click around, and I made all these little graphics, and there was a sort of follow-up program called Hyper Studio, which did like full screen.
Sorry.
Well, there were lots of Myst,
I know, I just like DJ Myst clone. I feel like that's a good.
I do like that.
Good,
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah.
But my very first virtual desktop was done in Hyper Studio when I was in middle school. There was a game where you clicked on the computer, and then I used screenshots of like Mac OS 8 to that was the card, and then all the icons were invisible buttons, and if you clicked on them, that brought you to other cards that had the windows open. Whatever. I've been talking this entire time. I'm like completely sober except for coffee, so I'm just like.
How many HyperCards are in a deck?
Oh man, even text making me laugh. It's got me feeling so good. Yeah.
I love you guys.
I love you too.
I noticed in the chat somebody said that their Neo Gaia shirts have sold out.
Wow.
Is that true?
Is that true?
Damn.
Let's find out.
Because we were going to talk about our merch some more, but if it's already sold out, then
Yeah, we could show off. We can show off the merch
Be like,
products on screen in black and
I
white.
got it. You don't.
I didn't get one.
That's just
Kevin
too
bought
bad.
the last one for himself.
Well, let's see. There it is. Let's see.
We sold out of
One in stock.
larges or
One
something.
in stock.
Wow.
Buying it up live right now.
Yeah, buy it right now so the guy who said that can't get it. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
It probably
Oh, okay. So there's one small, two mediums,
Two mediums.
no large, no extra large. So
Wow.
now we know the. We have a 50-50
Hey.
shot of guessing the shirt size of the person who. Wow,
Someone
intrusive.
on the right when I went to the site, somebody bought the Neo Gaia Legend record.
Oh,
It just
okay.
popped up in the.
We can show
Yeah,
that off.
somebody bought Cursebreaker Gaiden cassette too. Cool.
4 minutes ago,
Oh,
yeah, someone in.
Somebody bought the tee. Somebody bought one of the tees. You should
That's
have the product alerts on.
Yeah,
It looks like the long sleeve is still in stock. 3 larges left. 3 XLs left.
I just got one minutes ago. I was gonna show it off.
Oh
Can't
yeah,
really
here.
see it,
So
but it's
let me.
black and white.
First off, I'm going to wave.
I'll turn my background off.
Yeah, I'll wave a magic wand and I'll turn us into color.
Oh, I
There
thought it'd be
we
more
go.
fun
There we go.
if we weren't in color.
check out this
Show
white
off the
blown out
vibrant
wall.
grays and black hues
All right,
of
all
our
right.
merch.
Here, I'm wondering if I can do this to make
Oh,
Kevin the king.
there we go.
There we go.
Oh, Kevin is the king of the stream,
I
ladies
hate
and
this.
gentlemen.
I hate this.
My stream now.
I don't like this at all.
All right, here it is. It's so cool.
Still black and white.
Well, I thought that we decided we were going to stay black and white, unless you were being facetious.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny that it would be in black and white, because it's like such a dumb idea. But yeah, obviously it should be in color. Yeah.
Well, it's hard to tell with you sometimes.
When I'm doing my
What
job.
does it say? I can't read
This
this.
is the Neo Gaia Legend long sleeve. It says Neo Gaia Legend on it.
That's awesome.
Yeti.com says Kevin.tv.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Sego
This is about-
Octopus says
See.
ooh ah.
Let's see if I can get this
Fighting Island says Kevin TV.
freaking straight. Here we go.
Wizard Dolphin says colors.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh god, that is really hot. That
This
is.
just a sick print. It's
what
so
is
nice
it-
too.
What's this color called? Is it
Amazing.
Like the cream color?
no
like
the
tan.
like the Neo Gaia maroons?
I was like burgundy.
Natural.
Yeah, it kind of looks like wine.
Neo Gaia Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Right.
That's
blood.
good.
There's also the tag is, like printed. It's really nice. So I got that one, and then I also got the new tea.
The tea that everyone's talking about and everyone wants a piece of. If this one, so this is the one that's selling out super fast, but don't worry, we'll definitely make more.
We'll make some more.
It also does not have a tag on it, but I was telling the guys before the show, you can add a tag onto the shirt if you want to.
Yeah, you can always sew your own tag on.
Or just
Anywhere
use a
you
staple,
want.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Modular design.
Yeah, look at that. We got some
Percent.
cool merch. What else we got here? Oh yeah,
Show
I
the
went.
back.
and,
The back's the best part.
I did.
Oh, I missed that.
I splurged on one of these insanely nice, the $50 oversized 100p tees. You can see they got like a really cool
Are they
sewn
much
on,
bigger?
sewn on label.
I like
And
that
like I don't know
shirt.
if you can see it, but the tag, like this, the tag is insanely nice. It's got like a care guide on it, and
It's
like
incredible.
it's got the 100p logo.
Yeah, that's
like,
coming through. I can see it.
emblazoned on the
Wow,
on the tag. It's so crazy.
that is
It's
high
very nice shirt.
quality. Yeah.
Very nice shirt. Yeah.
Does it feel much bigger than a regular? Like, is it actually oversized?
Yeah, it is. It feels like the Negative Gemini Britney shirt. If anyone has one of those, that's one of my favorite shirts. It's really, really durable. It's like heavier, but not like super hot. I got this one too today. The FM
Fighting
Skyline.
Island. Wow. Fighting Island just donated $30.
Hey, whoa, thank you
So
very much.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you so much.
The
Got me
donations tonight
TJ.
are really, really amazing.
Wow.
We've been
Thank you.
doing our best to try to make this show as entertaining and fun as possible. And after this merch drop, we'll be talking about our very special guest who we'll have on. Wow, look at the New World Blue on that Obi. That is New World Blue. Ladies
So
and gentlemen,
this
if you've ever
second
wondered
edition.
what is New
There it
World
is.
Blue, that Obi is it.
It's,
We did after the first pressing sold out. We redid the second one here, and it's all blue. It's like that's a planet. That's Gaia right there.
Yeah, Gaia Splatter.
Yeah. Gaia
God,
Splatter.
it's gorgeous.
New World Blue.
I want
and
the
Gaia
second press too now.
get you one.
You know,
The
it's
jacket
funny.
is the
When,
same lovely art by Bani-chan.
yeah, when
Front
we
up.
made that mixtape, I just had no idea that we'd just be shipping out hundreds of records of it someday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that
I mean, it
mixtape.
was
real.
popular in Japan.
Like
People-
we,
I also
it
got,
came together pretty quickly.
This is the first time I'm seeing these newer equip tapes too, the Cursebreaker and the Gaiden reissues, and they look really nice. I like the colored Norelco cases. They look really cute. You can kind of like see through the red one, and like see the track listing.
Oh, that's
Nice.
sick.
The blue one's opaque. But yeah, I'm really happy with these. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Cursebreaker, actually, and we have something very special planned for it. Yeah, that's it for the.
Awesome.
Actually, while I'm big, we could do. We got some fan mail this week. I got 2
Yeah.
packages here.
Oh, really?
Just- before you open up the fan mail, can I just give a shout out?
Right.
Just give a quick shout out to Molo, B, and Zodicus, because all 3 of you donated last week and our donation alerts weren't working. so we weren't able to say
Yes.
anything. But thank you very much for the donations from last week. It's very generous. And
Yeah,
just wanted to,
it was. Yeah, mad props and
Yeah.
B rules. Thank you, B. That was a generous
Yeah,
donation.
thanks.
Yeah.
So nice.
Okay, shoo shoo, little boy.
All right.
Fly now.
So, I don't know. I don't know if people want me to say their names on the stream. This one's from. Well,
Here, I'll pull up a Google Maps of their address.
okay.
No names.
We'll get Street View their ass.
Street View.
Okay, so this is wow. I'm getting really excited already.
Yeah, Fighting
Okay, so
Island
this
says
is,
dox them. I'm with them.
This is from Nymphia64 and Sad Weeb. Always regulars on the show. So we got a note here. It says, "Hi guys, we found you more Final Fantasy cards. Promise you won't fight over them.
No way.
Aww.
So what we have here is a literal.
Wow.
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 It's a treasure trove.
Holy shit! This is
Neo
awesome.
Gaia Christmas.
So, oh my God.
Thank you.
This is too much. I can't even believe this. Got
Wow, is
Squall, Squall, Sephiroth.
Squall.
This is huge.
Oh, is
All the
Furion
ones
on
I
the
had
cover
were
of
Oh
one?
my
Oh.
God! Lightning.
Yeah, show me
Damn.
that
Oh my
Furion.
God.
Or is it Warrior of Light? Is it Furion?
Is that? I think
Does he have a
it's-
bandana?
Let me
I think
see.
it's
Let me see.
Furion.
Yeah, that's
it's
Furion. That's my boy. He's
Yeah.
equipped with the blood
you,
sword
Sad.
too.
Two
Sick.
Furions.
Nice.
This looks like Cecil.
Ooh, Paladin or Dark Knight?
Maybe a little bit
Oh,
of.
Wait, no, that's
Bart's.
Bart.
That's
Oh,
Bart.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
Bart.
Bart's from 5.
Get it right.
Cool. So, yeah, I'll mail you guys your cards, and how about this? We won't open them.
Oh,
Unless-
donation. Oh, Smug Duck
thank you,
Oh,
donated
Smug Duck.
$5. Thank you
thanks,
so much.
Smug Duck.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna mail you guys 2 packs each, and then we'll all open them together
That'll be beautiful.
whenever they arrive at everyone's houses.
2021, thanks to
Thank you so much,
Canada folks.
Nymphia64 and
Yeah.
Sad Weeb. Y'all are
that's
way too nice.
Very,
really,
very
really
kind.
beautiful.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Got this nice little
So sweet. Thank you.
cheesy cellophane.
Wow,
I'm
that
sure,
looks
yeah.
like gloom weather in Final Fantasy 14. For those who play Final Fantasy 14, might know
So
about
cool.
gloom
Blue weather?
weather.
Oh, blue
It's
weather.
kind of like Chicago in wintertime.
Yeah.
Gloom
We're dating.
weather.
All right, this is a big one.
Another
Let's see what we
donation
got
just
here.
came through.
Hey,
Eugenio
Eugenio. Thank
Battaglia
you.
with the
666.
666.
Oh, yeah.
All hail our
Number
Dark
of the
Lord.
beast.
Thank you
Beast
so
number.
much.
All right.
This is gloom weather, real quick, just to put this in context here. In
Oh, I thought you were saying leather.
I
No,
thought you said
no.
glue weather.
Yeah.
Like Elmer's glue.
gloom weather here. Spooky stuff.
You gotta listen with your ears.
So it's not leather.
Wow, the
That doesn't
Yeti.com
look anything like
again,
Chicago.
donating
Yeti.
1312.
Yeti!
1312 is a good one.
Shout out to Glenn.
Hell yeah. Thanks
I
so
had
much.
ramen. I had lunch with Glenn today, and it was the best. We had
Thank
ramen.
you.
Thank you.
All right. So this is from Commodore 256. And wow.
Commodore Perry? Sorry. For you history buffs out there.
Amazing.
Tech likes
So
it. Thank
a
you, Tech.
gigantic bag of some of the best looking chili powder I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Some sopa mix. Incredible.
What is sopa mix?
It's have you ever had have you ever had a sopa? It's like a tortilla kind of, but it's like a little softer, a little doughier. Yeah, you make the dough and then you flatten it out and then you fry it on a skillet. It's
Bye,
really, really good.
Yeti.com. Thank you for joining us
Bye.
and donating.
Thank you very
Bye,
much.
Yeti.
That's
Thanks so
really
much
amazing.
for the donations.
Thank you.
And then a big bag of blue corn pozole. This is
Damn.
incredible. So I guess this is kind of for me instead of you guys, but
Yeah,
Can you
well,
mail
let's
me
swap
some of
it
that?
up.
So you just got a bag full of flour? Is that-
hell yeah, I'm gonna portion this out and send.
You got a
send
bag full of white
individual
powder?
bags. Amazing. So I'm gonna read this. I wasn't sure what you might like, so I sent a few different local vegan delights. There are some great recipes for vegan red chili sauce and vegan pozole online, and the sopapillas should be vegan if you fry them in vegetable oil. Sopas are best enjoyed fresh with a little honey, but I also like to serve them with a meal that uses chili sauce and mop up the last of the sauce with the sopas. Anyway, hope you enjoy, and thanks for the music, Commodore. Thank you so much. That's
pretty awesome.
That's so sweet.
Lots
Oh
of
my
people
God.
want to see you eat it on stream, so I think that we need to make that happen
Yeah.
at some point.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll do a
Kevin, you
cooking
need to take
stream.
the chili
Just eat
powder
it right
challenge.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
like
tables
this.
right
I gotta
now.
be on top here. Hold on.
It's like that killer song, On Top.
It's like that sex position.
Ah, that's close
Eat-
enough.
eat-
What's
I hate
that?
this.
I wanted to make a tweet about the show saying, you know what a desktop is, but tune into our show to find out what a desk bottom is.
Oh, God.
That's where the legs of the desk are.
What if you're a
Oh.
Switch?
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
a Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo?
Good point. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man, there was
Best
a
Switch experience.
Synced. We're synced.
Melty Buddy, who's a
He's pretty
just
funny.
a
Or they're pretty
genius 3D artist who I love and follow on Twitter, had a great tweet about stupid tweets about naming things and the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Let me just pull it up real quick here.
To answer Amy L. Fuchsia's question, I believe all of us fuck with ABBA. I know for a fact James and I love ABBA. Like,
Oh,
love
big
ABBA.
time. Yeah, when I was
Yeah, I like
growing
ABBA.
up, that was like my dad was really, really into them. So yeah,
Yeah,
like
but-
middle school formative years, I was ABBA Gold was my shit.
Yeah.
Isn't that the only one?
Yeah.
It's the only
I
one
mean,
that matters.
let's see. Yeah, someone said, with all this talk about upgraded Switch model, what's the worst name they could give the new console? And Melty Buddy said, the Nintendo poopy turd shitter. Like 5 exclamation points. That's
I think they should call it the new Nintendo Switch.
Why do they even have this? Ugh.
The
I
best
see,
Mushbud tweet was after the Cybertruck was revealed. Somebody said, Mushbud design a truck, and he just drew out a truck with the cab in the middle and then 2 flatbeds on either side.
Oh, yeah.
Flatbed on the front and in the back.
Yeah. that
See
was,
the tweet that
Which is
Rebecca,
brilliant.
the tweet that Rebecca made there is like when I see those tweets, I block those people instantly. I just like I don't want to see it, and then I get a lot of stuff that just shows up in my feed that's like I
oh,
can't.
yeah.
See.
It's like a whole other genre of human here. Switcheroo! I know that doesn't make any sense. It just popped into my head. Like, wow, shut the fuck up.
All
Just
about
be
Super
yourself.
Switch.
Just be, have the courage to be yourself, you know? And that's what this is all about. I'm not saying that these people are stupid. I'm not saying that they're less intelligent. These are they probably have way more education than me. They might know more words than I do. They might be able to complete tasks I cannot do, but at least I can be myself, you know?
Yes.
Me too.
Okay.
One thing I actually have a shirt designed by Mushba, and they run their own brand called Item Label, I think it's called.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
They do pretty fun stuff, and like it's like the shirt I have is like a pocket tee, and the pocket is like a miniature kangaroo style hoodie pocket on
That's awesome.
like the breast, and then embroidered on the front of it says, "Did you mean T-shirt?" It's kind of incredible. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I love that part.
Be yourself.
And who knows what Aladdin says next? Only true 90s kids remember. Oh, buzz off! That's the following line.
I like the hoodie pocket hoodie he designed that had like 3
Yeah,
like 3
snacks.
pockets on it.
and beer and like or something.
He's making the DreamWorks eyebrow in this.
Oh wow, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
DreamWorks Origins.
Proto-brow.
The what?
What is the DreamWorks eyebrow?
The
Oh, here,
DreamWorks
I'll
eyebrow
show.
is, yeah, just pull them up.
The people's eyebrow?
DreamWorks eyebrow?
It's basically every.
Yeah, very first picture.
It's something that every CGI movie made in the West must have.
Oh God.
It's like, whoa, we're goofy time because we're CGI. But to be fair,
I hate it.
the West really figured out how to just like lean in on CGI, and it's like, so like CGI animation, like there was that real awkward period in anime where they were like adding in CGI against like 2D, and it didn't make any, like the Berserk remakes that they did, and very good. That's good.
I'm
Mark.
trying to get the camera to work, but yeah. Go ahead, yeah.
Kevin's got it.
There you go. I fucking, cause I can do both. Well, hold on.
James
check
looks
this.
like Megamind.
Yeah, I can do both, but I have to move my mouth when I do it.
I can't do this one. Or
Can you
this
do the
one.
wave.
Do the wave.
Well, I can kind of do.
Ooh, Mark.
Whoa!
Wow.
That's crazy!
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eyebrow.
Wow.
Can you roll your tongue?
Yeah. But can you do that thing where they do 3?
Yeah.
I used to.
Wait, can you really, Kevin?
Oh, Kevin can do it!
You
Ah, he's so
No
weird!
way.
Hey, can you guys do this?
Fresh into the face.
Hold on, wait. Can I go this way? Go.
I'm very talented with my tongue.
Whoa!
But
And then you can cross them all, and then it
Damn.
looks disgusting.
How about can you move like your individual like the top
not,
digits?
Like, no. I
You know,
can't
I'll-
make it
I'll-
do that.
I'll come out publicly that I have a strange sort of disability where I cannot bend my thumbs without also completely bending my
Oh, weird.
pointer. So like, I can push this thumb down, right? But I can't hold it unless this finger. So like the thing where you slide your thumb, like I can't do that because my hand has to look like
Oh.
this. So
Just do
I
it to
touch
your
your-
finger and your thumb.
Can
So,
you
yeah.
touch your thumb to your wrist? A lot of people can't do that one either.
When I was a kid, I could.
I don't want
yeah.
carpal tunnel. I'm not gonna do that. I'm an old
I don't
man,
know,
Kevin.
there's like no
Oh.
resistance there for me. It just goes.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, my tendons are all weird and connected there. I discovered it when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater came out for the Game Boy Advance, because it required me to like hold L and then also like hit up. And I can't, but like holding L was like this, and then I couldn't press up because I couldn't bend my thumb. You know what I mean? Like it was like
James's
Weird.
disability was also very creatively limiting when it came to finger plucking the guitar. Really set our band back.
that's why we're not famous
You can't do
for
that.
guitar music.
The like Jimi Hendrix trick where you play like the bass line with your thumb.
Yeah,
While you're like,
yeah.
You should have gotten really into the fucking stupid noodly guitar thing where you go like like those bands we used to play against.
Yeah,
where they
well,
would-
I
finger tap.
I got into finger tapping a little later on. It's in like they I leaked that Final Fantasy V Evil Lord X Death
Oh,
track.
did you have to
that
finger
me-
tap for that?
There's definitely some like
I
epic
don't-
shredding at the
I
end.
just don't know what's wrong with those bands that they like. They can do that, but they can't. I've never heard ever in my life one of those bands that like does the noodly finger tapping guitar thing write an interesting melody.
You're talking
or
about
choose-
like Math Rock Bros, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's always
it's-
I'm always just like we would play against bands like or in Battle of the Bands when we were back in Dayton, like, and they would be like so talented, but they couldn't like. The song would just be like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, you can do this, but I don't know. Anyway, I don't mean to go
No.
off on a tangent here.
So
Guitar solos
tonight
are
we have a
the
very,
mansplaining of-
very special guest. Cool interview that we are going to be sharing with you that we're really excited about. So stay Aka. who I realized for a long time I was pronouncing like German, like Suta, but it's
too.
Japanese. Yeah, E's are A's, not A's like they are in German. I suck at language. It sucks. Like German got planted when I was like a teenager, and now it's difficult for me to not apply that. But yeah, Stay Aka, the blue garden hose, which I think it's one of those sort of characters that you've probably seen online like 1,000 times, but maybe
Pull up
didn't
a
know what the
picture.
deal was, and you just kind of accepted it as being a part of this culture.
It's that vaporwave hose, right? It's the
Right, yeah,
hose.
vapor hose. When we first played the Neo Gaia Legend documentary, I remember that was like everyone in the chat was freaking out when he first showed up, and that's what they all called him, was the vapor hose. So we're really, really excited to share that. And Stay Aka, by the way, that we didn't get into it in the interview, but it's just like the name of like an abandoned account. So it's like it's like when you see a tweet that's like, or it's, like someone on Reddit.
User deleted.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same kind of situation. So yeah, it's like abandoned account and like a garden hose, and that's his persona. And it's just, I think he might have like picked it arbitrarily at some point, and then it just kind of became the thing, kind of like my name, HCMJ. Same kind
Maggie
of.
Jemmy says, "I'm a vapor hoe."
Yeah, I was gonna make a vapor hose joke, but I couldn't tell if you were already like purposely doing it.
Oh, I was
like-
not. No.
Okay, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, like. But,
No.
Vapor
They
slut.
HOSE. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't. Maybe someday I'll be able to spell out my thoughts. But today is not that day, my friend. Today is not that. Oh my! I gotta get these assholes off the
I don't
street.
Yeah,
like
we
them
gotta
looking at me.
stop looking at that. Bring up the hose.
So
Bring
I
out
don't
the
know.
hose.
Are we?
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just I was just thinking of the hose.
Let's say
Mark is always
Ah,
thinking of
jeez.
the hose.
let's start.
Garden hose.
Let's begin the interview right at 8:45 our time. 7:45.
Okay.
We got a little bit more time to get some more viewers.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
We got
So
30 right now.
let's let this experience grow exponentially. So I want everyone right now. I want you to pick a contact at random in your phone. I don't care if it's an ex-lover. I don't care if it's a racist family member. I don't care if it's a coworker from a job 5 years ago. Chillwave Kittens donated $4.20. That's the pot number.
Chillwave
Hey, thanks,
Kittens,
Chillwave
thank
Kittens.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want you to text your aunts right now, and say, hey, you got to get on the stream. You got to see what's about to happen, because now, all joking aside, I will say that this actually is a really cool interview to do, because it goes right back to Neo Gaia's stated, our mission statement, the reason why we exist. If you go all the way back to those first episodes, and I think what all of our interviews have hopefully been about up to this point is, people talk shit about Vaporwave and they make fun of Vaporwave, and it's out of style. It's like, whatever, I don't care, no one cares, because you can't deny what Vaporwave, the good that Vaporwave has done. And I think that one of the coolest results of Vaporwave existing is this cultural bridge that it's built between this big sort of Western scene and this completely other crazy scene in Japan, where you have people from completely different cultures that are into the same shit, that are like linking up and talking to each other on live streams. And I just think that's really fucking cool. And
awesome.
the state of the
Is
world.
somebody opening candy right now?
I opened my tapes.
It's the vaporwave.
I was about to say something profound,
Sermon.
I know. It's over the whole thing is like eating popcorn and chips.
It's so loud.
at the same time. But yeah, everything is so divisive right now, especially in the West. And there's
Not vaporwave though.
this horrible virus that's just ravaging the world, and
Whoa, what?
there's political divisiveness, and there's racial divisiveness and xenophobia and all of these horrible things. But the coolest people have always been the artists and the musicians, and like the ones that actually give a shit about art and aren't in it for like their image or whatever dubious motivations that they might have. I mean, we're kind of in it for our image at a certain level, surely. We can admit that, okay.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, at least for me, it's always been bigger than that, Maybe it's a cop-out, so I didn't have to, like, go to engineering school or something, but I just always felt like music is the thing that I do, and so I'm just going to do that with my life. And that's, like, the decision I made and whatever. And I found that other people that have made that decision, including everyone in the Neo Gaia Fantasy chat, all the friends that we made in Japan, these label heads, these artists, these musicians, all of these people, they're just so chill. Because we all get it, It's like we're all on the same page. And that's what it's really all about at the end of the day. So, so we got an interview with the Blue Garden host, Stay Aka, and it is going down in 3 minutes. So you still have time to text your ex-lovers.
Get your popcorn.
Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering.
Maybe don't text your ex if it wasn't a toxic situation.
Especially if it was toxic. Text them.
Yeah, I would say only actually if it's toxic.
Yeah.
So I'm
should reopen some traumas tonight before the show starts.
Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna do a random spin of my phone to see who would I get, because I never clear out contacts. So I have like. The people that I worked with like 10 years ago that I was their boss, so let's see. Who do I get?
I'm gonna try this too.
Jimmy John's employees, where are they now? Alright, I'll text somebody.
I'm gonna text my parents.
Oh, I got my ex-wife.
I got a girl that I bought weed
love?
from once 2 years ago. I don't think I should text her. That'd be weird. It was a friend of a coworker, so yeah, that'd be extra weird. So yeah, that would be a really awkward text for me if I sent that. He'd be like, "Wait, who the fuck are you?" I'd be like, "No, just check out the stream. It's gonna be sick."
Anyone ever hooked up with an ex before?
Oh my.
Yeah.
You gotta save that for my stream.
Feels good and bad.
Yeah. Definitely have done that. But those days are behind me, that's for sure. Ooh, got dark in here. Well, we got about 2 minutes. Like Christ.
We should just do a all about life episode where we just talk about romantic relationships and
yeah, text all about giving it all away, but I
that's my brand. Yeah.
I have boundaries that I draw.
I think that's good. I
just talking about just life stuff. It doesn't have to be about anything that you're not comfortable with talking about.
One of my favorite Mystery Science Theater 3000 jokes are like these two. It's like some 1950s UFO movie, and it's these two cops and. Like they get out of the car, their cop car, and one kind of looks at the other, and I think it's Joel Hodgson. It's like, you ever just feel like crying but don't know why? This is a conversation that these two police officers are about to have. I don't know, maybe it doesn't translate.
The answer
is yes.
I wish cops really talked that way.
Yeah. Without further ado. I would now like to present the exclusive interview with the one and only Stay Aka. So today we are very, very lucky and very, very excited to have one of the biggest figures in Vaporwave in Japan with us. Joining us all the way from Izumo-shi in Japan, we have Stay Aka. A lot of you will probably know him from Twitter as the Blue Garden Hose avatar. He's famous for doing DJ sets across Japan. He was a very, very big help setting up both Neo Gaia Phantasy tours, helping us get shows all over Japan. Big friend, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, we have Josh Stefane from Muzan Editions joining us from Nara, Japan. Thank you, Josh, for taking the time to translate for us today.
Happy to help. ステアカさんもよろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
All right.
So I wanted to start just by asking, how did you get involved with Neo Gaia Fantasy in the first place? I remember the first time I saw you was at a show in Kobe when we played with Studio. I didn't know who you were, but I went up to talk to you because you were wearing the Vectroid long sleeve t-shirt. And I came up and I was like, oh, cool shirt. And then you got really excited and you showed me a picture of the garden hose. You're like, I'm him. I was like, oh my God, it's you. So I'm not sure if it was Kevin who first made contact, but how did you get involved in Neo Gaia Fantasy?
ではまずちょっとネオガヤのツアーに関してちょっと質問したいんですけど、そもそもステアカさんはどうやって、最初に関わったのかちょっと聞きしたいのですが、ジェームズが初めて会った時にスタジオのライブで会ってなんか多分ステアカさんだとは分からなかったんですけどすごい印象的なベクトロイドの T シャツを着ててちょっと声をかけてたらやっぱりそのガーデンホーズのステアカさんですねって分かってそこが始まりだったんですけどそのネオガヤに関する、その始まりについてちょっとお伺いしたいので、教えてください。
やっぱりベイパーウェーブっていうのは日本ではあまりそういうシーンとかそういうものがちょっとはっきりとそういったものはない状態だったんですけれどもこのネオガイアは本当に日本で本当に初めてのベイパーウェーブのシーンをすごい密接に関わったようなそういう素晴らしいイベントだったな。
はいはいはい。So, getting involved with Neo Gaia kind of started because really before that event, the tour happened, there's really no sort of clear vaporwave scene in Japan, like vaporwave themed events or anything like that. Honestly, it was one of the first real events kind of focused on that genre of music, and it was just really wonderful to be a part of it.
What inspired you to start the Local Visions label?
そもそもローカルビジョンズっていうレーブルを始めるきっかけとかインスピレーションは何だったのかについてちょっとお伺いしたいのです。
ビジョンのレーベルを始めたきっかけはやはりベイパーウェーブです。最初はベイパーウェーブに特化したレベルを目指していたんですけれども、この途中でそのベイパーウェーブの元ネタとなる例えばシティポップ、ミューザックそういったものにどんどん興味が出てきました。
なるほど。はい。So basically, I was just interested in the music that my label eventually came to represent. So I've been a big fan of vaporwave and a lot of the city pop that became the basis for a lot of the vaporwave sounds. And yeah, that was really why I wanted to start a label that kind of represented that in Japan.
First of all, congrats on your Japan Times interview. That was very cool.
おめでと
う。そう、ジャパンタイムズのなんかインタビュー、すごいおめでとうございます。すごい良かったです。
はい、おかげさまで。
Thanks, guys.
We were surprised to see that you discovered YY Music Resort on SoundCloud, of all places. Have you discovered many of the artists on the roster through SoundCloud? And also, do you get a lot of demo submissions? Do you have a lot of artists, now sending you stuff because the label's growing?
そのジャパンタイムズの、記事でいろいろ驚きの、ことが書いてあったんですけど、その YY ミュージックリゾートのことをサウンドクラウドで知ったことが結構驚きだったんですけど、レーブル のアーティストとかは、まあ、どこで見つけるのか、サウンドクラウドとかでなんか見つけたりすることが多いのか、そして、まあ、レーベルがちょっと大きくなりつつあるので、まあ、たくさんの人からデモとか音源を送ってくられることもありますか？
そうですね。基本的に自分が気に入った音楽しかリリースしたくないという思いがあります。があるので、やっぱり自分から積極的に気に入った音楽をやっている人たちに声をかけたりして、やっぱサウンドクラウド、YouTube、バンドキャンプ、そういったサイトを活用して、アーティストの方を探しています。
なるほど。So basically, for the label, I really only like to release music from artists that I personally listen to and like. So it's less of receiving demos than me actually reaching out to artists. And a lot of the artists that I reach out to, I found on like SoundCloud, as I mentioned, as well as YouTube and Bandcamp and other platforms like that, where I just listen to them and reach out to them after that.
That's super interesting because SoundCloud, when I think about SoundCloud, I typically think of like, hip hop and like dance music. So it was really cool to hear that YY was discovered on SoundCloud. It just doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of music like that on SoundCloud.
まあケビンの印象ではなんかサウンドクラウドのまあ音楽は結構多くの音楽はまあヒップホップとかまあテクノとかダンスミュージックが多いので、その YY のことを、サウンドクラウドで見つけたことをすごいいいなと思ってちょっと改めてサウンドクラウドのことをいいなと思ってます。
結構サウンドクラウドを深く掘り下げているので、そういった意味ではやっぱりリガーだなと思います。
はいはいはい。So SoundCloud, it's a deep platform. So just kind of diving in, you can find quite a lot of really wonderful artists, kind of just lurking in the lesser populated corners of it.
For sure.
Love SoundCloud. Yeah. Well, what was the very first vaporwave album that you ever listened to that got sort of maybe set you on this path?
最初に聞いたベーパーウェーブアルバムは何でしたか？そしてまあそれが今の、そのベーパーウェーブの興味の、きっかけだったのか、それともまあもっと後のアルバムが、きっかけだったのか、それについてちょっと教えてください。
そうですね。一番最初に知ったのはやはりこのこれが最初のきっかけでしたね。これが最初のきっかけで知ったけども、やっぱりベーパーウェーブっていいなとやっぱ思い始めたのが、このアルバム。
What is that?
すごい。
やっぱりこれがきっかけですごいベーパーウェーブっていうものにすごく好きになりました。
なるほど。So the first album that I really listened to that is typically considered vaporwave is the Macintosh Plus album. Is that the album that I just saw? And but after that, the second tape that he pulled up, which I've never seen before, what is that?
That's Dynamic Shroud. I'll try living like this.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Josh.
Come on, man.
Sorry, dude.
I have all your endurance cassettes,
Oh.
So.
I have all the Zephyr Rose.
I know. I'm kidding.
Do my research, basically. Sorry about that. Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool. That's why you were all so happy about it. Anyway, please cut that. Holy moly.
Oh, no, that's going in. That's going in.
Great.
Terrible.
It's cute.
Anyway, そう、そのマッキントッシュプラスのアルバムは僕はもう知ってたんですが、そのデスダイナミックシュラウドのアルバムカバーが全然わからなかったので、ちょっと恥ずかしかったわ。そう、このみんなは分かってるけど、僕はちょっとわからなかったので。
そう名盤なので聞いてください、ぜひ。
なるほどね。He says it's a really good album. Definitely listen to it. I will.
I feel the same way. I agree.
Okay.
So speaking of cassettes, so I mean, right there in the background are two of the most sought after cassette tapes. Not even in vaporwave. I think just on Earth, right? You have that the Echo Jams, which I think might be a bootleg. Maybe it's not. I'm not. You'll have to clarify. But I know that Macintosh Plus is real because I've held it in my hands, and so I think no one would. I don't think anyone could deny that you probably have the most impressive cassette collection, definitely in Japan, possibly in the world. How did you get into cassettes? Was that something that happened before Vaporwave? And which cassettes are your sort of most treasured?
まあそのマッキントッシュプラスとエコージャームズのカセット自体は多分ベーパーウェーブの中でかなり一番求められてるカセットの、2枚だと思います、が、まあベーパーウェーブに限らず多分カセットの、カセットコレクターの中ではかなり、まあ貴重なものだと思いますけど、まああなたの今のコレクションを見てたらかなりいろいろベーパーウェーブとか他の音楽も揃ってるみたいなんですけど、そもそもカセットに、どうやって興味を持つようになったのか、ちょっと教えてください。
最初にベーパーウェーブを知った時にはその、やっぱデジタルな音源ではあったんですけども、その深く調べていくうちにカセットテープっていうフォーマットでリリースされているっていうことに気がついて、でそれでちょっと最初勝手に見たのがきっかけです。そこからだんだんハマっていきました。
じゃあやっぱりベーパーウェーブのからもうカセットの、まあ、興味が湧いてきたっていうことですね。
そうですね。
はい、
その前にもちょっと実験的なエレクトロニック音楽ですとかアンビエント、イメージ、そういった音楽もずっとは聴いていて、その当時はやっぱカセットもちょっとずつ買ってはいたんですけども、やっぱりカセットへの興味が一気に深まったのがベーパーウェーブがきっかけだったと思います。
So I'd been listening to ambient and some experimental electronic music before, and while listening to that, I'd picked up a few cassettes in my just as a listener. But it was really vaporwave that got me started into it. At first, a lot of the vaporwave that I listened to was just digital, but as I got deeper into the genre and started following more artists, grabbing their cassettes and like collecting a lot of the things that they released became an important part of my interest in vaporwave.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like very similar to like collecting trading cards or something. They're even about the same size. Because I remember when we met in Kobe, you showed me that you had the complete Death Dynamic Shroud collection, and I was very impressed with that. I think there's only maybe a couple other people out there. But yeah, that was a really cool moment to see.
多分もう DDS のもう全作品を揃ってると思うんですけど、なかなかそういう人に多分この世界にまあステアカさん以外は誰もいないと思いますので、かなり嬉しかったのです。
いや本当にデスダイナミックシュラウドは本当にもうペーパーウェーブにハマったきっかけの一つというか。今こうして話しているだけでも本当にすごく嬉しいことがあるんですけども、そうですね。
Yeah, honestly, Death Dynamic Shroud was one of the reasons that my interest in vaporwave became, changed from sort of a passing, musical interest in a new genre to something that is a lot deeper. And to be actually just here with you chatting is pretty surreal and wonderful. So, thank you.
Thank you. Jeez.
Thank you.
ありがとうございます。
The garden host persona is sort of become like a celebrity in the Western vaporwave world. was really exciting for myself to see it in the Neo Gaia documentary, just to see the blue hose real icon. And I just wondering about the origins of that persona. If you could tell us anything about that.
そのガーデンホーズを今は生ではないんですけど、もうこれもう見てること自体は私にとってすごい、シュールで嬉しいことなんですが、そもそもそのガーデンホーズのきっかけとか、どうして使うようになったのか、についてちょっとお聞きしたいのです。
そうですね。ちょっとこれを話しちゃうのはちょっとネタバレというか面白くないかもしれないですけど、
ほうほうほう。
ホースリールっていうのはかなりありふれたものだと思ってます。街中に置いてあったりはするんですけれども、それを気に留めるような人は誰一人としていないと思っています。でその自分、僕が活動していくことによってその街中で見かけたホースにちょっと新たな意味を見出してきたら面白いなと思って、それでちょっとあんまり意味のなさそうなこういうアイコンを選んでいます。
なるほど。So I'm happy to talk about the origin, but it might be a little disappointing for some people. There's no sort of deep metaphysical meaning, perhaps. But when I started making music, well, first about garden hoses, you see them a lot in Japan as well, and people just have them in front of their houses to water their plants, and it's an object that. You see a garden reel and you think nothing of it. It has no particular meaning. You just pass it by as one other object on the street. And when I started making music, I kind of thought about my own process and my own position in the music world is kind of similar to that. And when I would see garden hoses, I just looked at them in a different way and developed this kind of affinity and affection for that kind of meaningless object that nobody pays attention to.
I love that.
And the blue hose is iconically Japanese too. Because I remember the first time I went to Japan, I remember the first time I saw one of those blue hoses, I was like, oh my god, they're real. But yeah, we cannot get them in blue in America.
なるほど。その青色のホーズ自体はあんまり欧米ではもう見れないので、初めて日本に来て青色のホーズを見たときはかなり驚きました。あ、本当に存在してるんだって全然思ってた。
そうなんですか。
そう。全部ほとんど緑色ですね。
そうなんですね。
Yeah, so lots of green hoses where we're from, but yeah.
I see in the background there are two little adorable rabbit figurines, and I recognize these from a viral tweet that you had. Can you tell us about being detained at the airport for your rabbit figurines?
その後ろに、そのカセットラックに飾ってる、2匹のウサギちゃんの人形がいますが、Twitter でかなりもうバイラルになったつぶやきがあるんですけど、ちょっと空港でのトラブルになったことについてちょっと教えてくれますか？
そうですね。あれは、本当にネオガイアが終わって、その東京の公演が終わって島根に出雲市に帰る時に起きた出来事だったんですけれども、その空港で持ち物検査をします。それでその時に持ち物を見せてくださいと言われて、自分はちょっとその空港の手荷物検査とかちょっと慣れていなくて、そのいろいろ荷物は出したんですけど、その時ポケットの中にこの2匹のウサギがあったんです。で、彼らも出さないといけないのかなと思い、彼らを出したところ笑われてしまったという。
So after the Neo Gaia tour, I was boarding a plane to go back to Shimane in Japan, and they wanted to check all my luggage, and I was having, I had to put my luggage on the, on the trolley sort of rail thing, and I'm not really used to flying that much, and I wasn't really used to having all my luggage checked. And I had these 2 rabbit figurines in my pocket, and I was really kind of freaking out about what to do with them. And the staff kind of noticed my nervousness, and I finally pulled the rabbits out of my pocket and put them on the, and put them in front of them, and everybody just started laughing at me. And yeah. So it was, I think it was just due to my inexperience with that.
I just love that they were in your pocket. You're like, why?
なんでポケットに入ってたんですか？
もう彼らは勝手にポケットに入ってくるので。
No, okay. They snuck into his pocket. He has nothing to do with it.
Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
素晴らしい。
Well, congrats on the AOTQ and Studio vinyl releases. Are there any other vinyl releases that we can look forward to from your label, or are you doing less of that now that the pandemic has hit?
まずその AOTQ と Studio のファイナルリリースおめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ファイナルなかなか、ね、大変だと思いますので、今後もローカルビジョンズからファイナルリリースは予定されてますか？それともちょっと、コロナのせいでいろいろと狂ってしまっているのでそれがダメになっているのか、それについて教えてください。
そうですね、やっぱコロナによってちょっといろいろ皆さんもそうですけどすごいローカルビジョンズもちょっと影響を受けているところはありますね。ただそのフィジカルリリース、やっぱカセットテープとかレコード、あるいは流通の CD ですとか、やっぱそういったものは今後ともどんどんリリースしていきたいなとは思います。一番近いところで今月末に何かの情報が出るかもわからないですね。
お、なるほど。
はい。
Yeah, it's things have been a little bit tough due to Corona. Just getting things to customers, ordering new products and things like that, as I'm sure all of you have experienced as well. But that said, I think as a label, we want to move forward with releasing more cassettes and CDs, and when we can, vinyl. Actually, at the end of the month, we're going to have some kind of announcement that you should look forward to. I can't say anything at the moment, but we'll have something new coming your way.
Cool.
Sick. So I was just remembering it's been, I guess, a little bit over a year since I had a chance to visit you in Izumo last year and just had the best time. It was actually your birthday, which I didn't realize until about halfway through the day. But you showed me all over the city. You showed me all the sights. We had amazing coffee, amazing food. You took me to Izumo Taisha, the grand shrine there. Izumo is a very, very beautiful, beautiful place. But I also noticed taking the train there that it's kind of isolated away from sort of the larger cities in Japan. So I just wanted to know, what is it like to run a label out of Izumo, and I mean, is there a local music scene there, or do you only work with people sort of from the internet?
1年前に、ジェームズが出雲に行って、一緒に、多分もうステアカさんの誕生日の日に一緒に遊びましたと思いますけど、出雲の案内をもしてくれたみたいなんですが、すごいもう素敵な一日だったんですが、結構、都会から結構離れた感じの、静かな街だった、印象は受けたので、そこでテープレーブル、その音楽のレーブルをやるっていうのは、特別な問題とかそういうちょっと大変なところとかありますか？それともそのローカルビジョンズの運営上には別にどこでやってもあんまり関係ないという感じなのか、それについてちょっと、教えてほしい。そして、出雲で何かのその音楽のシーンは、ありますか？
出雲にそのやっぱり音楽のシーンっていうのはあるんですけれども、まあその例えば自分のあまり好みじゃないようなものであったり、自分の好きな音楽っていうのでやっぱりクラブミュージックですとか、まあ、そういったエレクトロニックミュージックなんですけど、そういった音楽を作っている人が出雲にはほとんどいないと思います。それでそういった音楽に触れられるのはやっぱインターネットなので、やっぱインターネットはすごい特別なものだ。出雲ではなくてもやっぱインターネットさえあればやっぱりどこでもレーベルは運営できるんじゃないかな。
なるほど。Well, there is a music scene in Izumo, so there's live houses and places that have music, but it's not really my taste. And a lot of there's very little electronic music that is going on in Izumo, and frankly, that's the kind of music that I really want to listen to and that I would go to see live. So as a result, most of my experience with music and new artists comes from from the internet. And so on that note, running local visions in Izumo doesn't really present any unique problems insofar as if I have the internet, I can really get in touch with the artists that I need to, and I can have products sent here and then send them out. So there's not really an especially large challenge, except for not having more good live shows.
Maybe the next Neo Gaia tour, we could have a Izumo celebration, and we could have the first huge electronic music show, and you can do this for your hometown.
じゃあ次回はもうネオガイアを出雲でちょっともう一回もうやりましょうよ。でかいその電子音楽のフェスをちょっとやりましょうよ。
すごい。実現したらどうなるんですか。
If we could do that, it would be incredible. It's questionable how easy it would be, but that would be awesome.
So I read that before the pandemic, you were planning on possibly moving to a larger city and hope maybe throwing larger shows. With it safe again, where do you think you might go if you're still thinking about moving?
コロナの前にもっと大きな町に引っ越すっていう話、引っ越す予定が、あるっていう話は聞いたと思いますけど、まだ引っ越す予定なのか、それと、そして、もし引っ越すのであればどこに引っ越したい、そしてもし都会とかに引っ越したらもっと、それはもっと大きなイベントを披露するためでもあるのか、それについてちょっと教えてください。
やっぱり自分が出雲っていうやっぱり音楽があんまりその発展的ではないようなそういった地域に住んでいるっていうことで、ちょっとその音楽のイベントには都会とかそういったところに移動する必要があるなと思っています。それでもしコロナとかそういうことがなければ、大阪とか京都、神戸あるいは東京、どこでもいいんですけど、そういったところにちょっと越してみたいなと考えていたことはあります。
Yeah, unfortunately, during because of Corona, nothing is really happening at the moment. But I have wanted to move to larger cities for quite some time. Living in an isolated place, it really limits my ability to go to live events and plan shows, as I mentioned before. So moving somewhere like Osaka or Kyoto or Tokyo, really anywhere that has more of a vibrant music scene would be fine. But yeah, that's something that in the future is a possibility, and it's always on my mind.
So it seems that your hometown Izumo-shi was also the birthplace of Maria Takeuchi, which is awesome. Is there a sense that through vaporwave and future funk, the Japanese music has maybe come full circle as these genres become more popular in Japan?
多分竹内まりやが出雲市で生まれたみたいなんですが、それは本当ですかね？
本当です。
なるほどね。まあそしてまあそれが、まあ、結局竹内まりやの音楽とかがもう結構ウェーパーウェーブにも影響してて、でそしてまあ今ローカルビジョンズがもう出雲市でやってるっていう感じをちょっと運命的に感じますけど、なんかそういうそのウェーパーウェーブのそういうシティポップのその影響を受けてることについてちょっと、もし考えると思うことがあったら教えてください。
竹内まりやの実家は本当に出雲大社のすぐ近くにある、そういったところで、まあ、なんかシティポップとかウェーパーウェーブのイベントが出てきたら面白いかもしれないなと思うことありますね。
なるほど。はいはいはい。Yeah, so her Takeuchi Maria's house is actually really close to Izumo Taisha. And, you know, having someone like that be born near where I am, it always makes me think that doing a big city pop vaporwave event in our city would be really amazing. But, you know, it's just a thought at the moment.
Well, it's like an inn. Where she was born, so maybe they have an event space there, you know, and we could. That's where the big.
彼女が生まれたのは旅館ですかね。
そうですね。その旅館が実家ですね。
なるほど。じゃあそこの場所をちょっと借りてね。
そうですね。そこ
やりましょう。Let's just rent that Japanese 旅館 and
it would be legendary. Legendary.
本当に。
So, just sort of on another note about Izumo, I had not only so much fun there, but the food was incredible as well. I still have the Taisha coffee sticker on my wallet, and the winery that you took me to, the wine was incredible, and the soba was out of this world. So for our viewers that maybe want to go to Japan once they're able to again, or want to explore Japan and want to take a stop at Izumo, are there any local spots that you recommend? Because wherever we got soba was, I think that it was like a special Izumo soba. So do you have any local recommendations?
ジェームズが行って案内してくれた時に、まあ本当にいろいろ美味しいものをいっぱい、食べさせてくれて、その、まあ、出雲大社コーヒーとか、そのワインの、シーンとかできるところとか、すごい美味しいそばも、食べさせてくれて、もういろいろと素敵な経験はしたんですが、まあこれから日本に行く、人たちのためにもし出雲を訪れることがあったら、なんかおすすめの名盤の店とかもしありましたらとか、そういう有名な料理がありましたら教えてください。
やっぱり出雲大社っていうところのその近くにその神門通りっていうそのお土産屋さん、あるいはその料理屋さんとかいろんなところがお店が並んでいる、まあ、その大きい大通りがあります。そこで買い物とか楽しんでみたり、そこからちょっと車を走らせてその稲佐の浜というその浜辺があるんですけども。
稲佐の浜？
稲佐の浜ですね。
稲佐の浜。はい。
そういうところにちょっと行って夕日を眺めるのもいいかもしれません。
ほうほうほう。素敵ですね。Yeah, near Izumo Taisha, there's a large street called Shinmon Dori. So Shinmon Street, and it's it's quite a popular tourist destination, and there's a lot of traditional shops as well as the soba restaurant that I took you to, James, and that's probably the best place to find the best local variety of Japanese food in the city. And so anybody who comes to Izumo is probably going to spend some time in that area, and they should, because it's delicious. And if you have access to a car and you drive a little bit to the coast, you can go to a place called Yasanohama. And there, if you watch the sunset, it's pretty wonderful. So that's definitely how I'd want to spend my day if I visited Izumo for the first time.
A local vision, if you will.
おお、まさにローカルビジョン。ちょっとおっさん的なダジャレがちょっと入った
素敵だと思う。
いいね。
I know you mentioned that you had an announcement coming at the end of the month. Is there anything else you like? Any other future releases or anything you want to plug while you're here?
そうですね。さっきおっしゃったように、月末になんか発表することが、リリースがあるとおっしゃいましたけど、もしこの場所を借りてその今発表できるものがありましたらとか、そのリスナーたちに伝えることがありましたら、ぜひ教えてください。
月末にリリースされるものは、日本のとは違う海外のレーベルと提携して、コードもリリースされる予定です。言えるところはここまでですね。
はい。
で、それでローカルビジョンズっていうふうに、Google なりで検索して、それで音楽を聴いてもらえたら嬉しく思います。
はい。わかりました。So at the moment, really all I can say is that at the end of the month, we're working together with a foreign label on a collaborative LP release. And if you take a look at the Local Visions Bandcamp or website towards the end of the month, you'll be able to find what I'm talking about, but I can't say anymore right now.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
ワクワクしますね。
楽しみにしていてください。
はい。Yeah, I think you guys will be pleasantly pleased.
Awesome.
I was going to ask, not all of the Local Vision stuff is on streaming platforms. And when I go to show somebody, Local Vision's music, I usually just send a link to the Bandcamp. But, I'm sure, as you know, that like streaming in the US is infinitely more popular than sites like Bandcamp where you can actually buy and support music. Is there any plans to kind of further digital distribution of Local Vision's music?
よくローカルビジョンズの音楽を友達とかに勧めるときに結構バンドキャンプのリンクを送ることが多いのですね。そのストリーミングサイトで、たまにないリリースがあると思いますが、でも結構アメリカとかでバンドキャンプよりはやっぱり Spotify とかそういうストリーミングサイトの方が結構もうすごい流行ってるので、今後そのローカルビジネスとしてはそのバンドキャンプメインにするのか、それとももっとストリーミングを増やすのか、それについてちょっと教えてほしいです。
ストリーミングに関してはやっぱり今後追加していきたいと思っています。ただメインはやっぱり自分はバンドキャンプが大好きなので、バンドキャンプをベースにいろいろ展開していきたいなと思っています。
Yeah, we're hoping to increase our presence on streaming sites for the obvious reasons that you mentioned. That a lot of people are just listening on streaming sites, but basically we want to have our sort of foundation as a label on Bandcamp because frankly I love it and it's been really good to us.
For sure, Bandcamp's a great platform.
I'm thinking now. I'm wondering if you have any Japanese vaporwave acts that you really think our viewers in America would love to just discover. If you have any smaller acts that you would like to recommend to us or something like that.
もしそのリスナーたちに紹介したい、もうそんなに海外で知られてない日本のベーパーウェーブアーティストとか、気になってるアーティストとかもしあればぜひ教えてほしい。
その答えはローカルビジョンズのホームページに載っ でリリースされているアーティスト
ほ
すべてです。
了解です。はい、訳します。
はい。
So, as an answer, I think the artist that I'd really like to introduce to foreign listeners who might not have got a chance are all the artists on Local Vision.
Yeah. Good answer.
That's Bandcamp.
It's a great starting point. It really is, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
でも本当に
Amazing label.
その日本のベーパーウェーブとかそういう似たようなジャンルの音楽を聴くのに本当にいい拠点もいい始まりだと思うので海外の人はぜひ聴いてほしいですねって。
my life has been forever changed by AOTQ and Studio, and so Local Visions has. I think that it's beautiful if Death Dynamic Shrouds, helped sort of steer you in that direction. I feel that Local Visions later on, not even knowing each other, helped to sort of steer my life in a certain direction too. So I think it's beautiful how we can all sort of Vaporwave truly is this kind of cultural bridge that brought us all together, and now we can sit around and just joke together, and it's very nice.
もうジェームズは本当にその AOTCQ とかスタジオに、大きな影響を受けて本当にもう大好きなアーティストの、2人になったのですごい自分の人生がそれで結構、変わったと言ってたんですけど、それでDDS がもしそのステアカさんに影響を与えてそのベーパーウェーブのレーベルを、始めるように、もしちょっと影響を及ぼしてそしてさらにスタジオとかをリリースすることになったら本当にもうなんだろうねもうみんながお互いに影響し合っていることが本当に素晴らしいと思います。音楽の素晴らしさはそれにあると思います。
その通りだと思います。
うん。
地上スタジオさんとか、AOTQ さんもやっぱベーパーウェーブにすごく影響を受けて音楽に反映させているところもあると思うので、やっぱり相互にその影響をし合えて素晴らしいシーンだなと思います。
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy that you said that, and the music of AOTQ and Studio is obviously very influenced by vaporwave, and the fact that I'm involved with them through my history of listening really does kind of represent a wonderful kind of virtuous cycle in music, that people are influencing each other and making each other better.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up. Thank you again, Stay Aka, so much for joining us today. Josh, as always, thank you for translating and helping us to bridge the gap between these two massive vaporwave scenes. And I can speak for all of us when I say that we just cannot wait to get back to Japan and see all of our friends again and play some great shows with our favorite artists in some of our favorite places. So thank you again for joining us. And
本当にもう貴重なインタビューを本当にありがとうございました。また早く日本に戻って一緒に。
And we all hope to see you again very soon.
また近いうちに、みんな会いたいので待っててください。
そうですね。はい。絶対会いましょう、また。はい。
Yes, definitely. I really want to meet you all very soon. So please come back as soon as you can.
We definitely will. All right, we are back at our home base. Wasn't that amazing? Wasn't that great? How about that Stay Akko? I mean, what an all-around great guy. He was really fun to hang out with in real life, but it was also fun, I don't know, to see the garden hose there in the stream and I don't know, his he has a very whimsical sense of humor, which I was glad to see really came through in that interview.
Yeah,
He loves those little figurines though. That's no joke. So
in the words of Outcast, we love these hoes. It didn't really work.
Yeah.
I love it, Tech.
Thank you.
Mark, if you're cooking, you can finish what you're doing.
And Mark started cooking because he's just done with hanging out with us, I think.
I'm just making rice. I found the lid for the rice, so it's now cooking. Just live, laugh, love, man. Just let the rice burn, whatever. It's all water under the rice. Actually, I'm gonna check it.
See you later.
Bye, Mark. Well, you get it started now, and then it'll be ready by the time the stream's over.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make.
Mark, do you have a rice? Do you have a rice cooker?
No. I've got pots, just a pot that you can hear banging around.
Yeah.
Tech really doesn't like it.
I hate it. It's triggering me in a weird way. It's okay. I'm gonna make tacos, but I'm gonna actually probably wait till after we're done here because I feel like I'm probably more responsible. It's no big deal though.
Well, my studio is in the kitchen, so live, laugh, love.
I'm just being a jerk. That's all.
He's just being himself, basically.
Hey.
I'm trying to get the Skype elements. They were off the screen earlier, and it was nice, but now they have decided to stay.
Oh, I see them at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the time of Mac OS 6, there were no circular UI elements. So it's kind of breaking the illusion here.
We're blaspheming right now.
Yeah.
It's also really interesting the way that the desktop pattern ended up being interpreted by all these things, because like if you zoom in or out, I don't know if you noticed if you're watching on your phone that interview, like so it's
called a moire effect.
I knew that I didn't know, but I
so
assumed that if anyone knew what that was called, you would know what it's
What
called.
are you talking about?
So
So the screen is a grid, and if you look at it at different percentages of zooming or view, it will create like a checkerboard optical illusion. And basically what it is it's the grid of the pattern competing with the grid of pixels on your screen. Mm-hmm. So halftoning, it happens in halftoning of shirts too. So like you basically get halftone that's like very fine, like 1/4 of a millimeter halftone. But if you look at it on a computer monitor and you zoom out, it looks like they're massive. And it's just an optical illusion called a moire effect based on competing grids. My rice is boiling.
That's so great that he knows about it.
Is halftone is halftone like an early genre of two-tone?
Oh god. So I first
it's a ska joke.
It's like a ska joke. BPM ska. Yeah.
It was a ska joke. I wouldn't have...
Oh hey. Commodore 256 is here in the chat. Thank you so much for the nice package. We opened it up earlier. You'll have to check the video on demand for the live reaction. But thank you so much. I can't wait to make some sopas with it.
Yeah, my first experience with this, what's the effect called again? I spaced on it.
It's a moire effect, like film noir, but with
noir. Okay.
Yeah,
but with an M, more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still remember the first time I ever noticed it happening. Was must have been 2007 when I was living on across from the Children's Hospital. Tech, you remember that East Dayton house on Valley Street?
Yeah.
And I had a PlayStation 3 that had a Blu-ray player, and I was like, well, I'm going to start buying Blu-rays. Cool. And one of the first ones I bought was 2001: A Space Odyssey, which was shot in like 80 millimeter film, which is cool because even though it was from 1968, it's actually like true HD. And it was a scene in the moon spaceport with a bunch of there was like a grid on a wall that was super high resolution, but I still had a CRT, and it was like a psychedelic pattern effect like we're experiencing here.
That's awesome. You rocked a PS3 on a CRT.
I did. I did not have a flat screen TV until way after I should have. Like I remember playing the original. Like
I think
got
PS3 looks great on a CRT.
Oh, it does. It does. It just sucked because everything was letterboxed. Like I had, like I got the Wii U came out, and I was still using a CRT television. That's
That
when
rules.
the Switch. That's when the Switch happens.
My my like Dell Trinitron that I use for streaming, and it's kind of my second PC monitor. It's got a 1200 by 1600 screen, so I can look at 1080p stuff and it looks great on here. But I think PS3 looks like especially great at like 720p on this particular screen. It's like it looks almost better than it does on a flat screen. It's wild.
So just to further sort of show this effect in process here, so in my little Mac draw thing here, this is the desktop that we're using on this overlay. But if I start to zoom in,
It's very subtle for me.
Mm-hmm.
well, the reason that
On
is
here.
happening,
Well,
so
you know why Mark likes it? It's because it's a checkerboard.
exactly, yeah.
And it's ska.
So I
It's-
made this overlay using mini VMAC and then just taking screenshots, and it takes 1 pixel from the Mac Plus and turns it into 4 pixels, because I think that's just automatically how the 5K Retina works in general, when it's just generally upscaling things. So yeah, so you end up with this incredible checkerboard grid, and that's why we're getting that cool moire effect.
You see it more on depending. It depends on the monitor, right? It's kind of elusive. If you have a flat screen HD monitor and you're using Photoshop, it's it can really create quite a shocking effect. But yeah.
I sent you guys a text. I don't know if you can get that photo up on the screen, but it's ever since I baked my GPU to fix it, one of the side effects is that patterns from other windows bleed out of that window onto my desktop UI. If I'm listening to a song that somebody has sent me on Dropbox, it's got really thin little lines that represent the waveform. Those lines expand out past the window and show up on my Photoshop
That's sick.
windows or
But,
chat
but
windows.
it's
And,
you can't capture it with the screenshot, right? It's happening
right, I
in
have
real
to take
time.
a picture of the screen. And when I was trying to bounce out PNGs for this layout earlier, the moire pattern was spilling onto the chat window and stuff. It's really, really weird.
Jeez.
This I brought up Ewan McGregor here because Mark said elusive. So it's something else.
Jesus.
Something elusive.
Why is there emojis things beside my?
Oh, that's my fault. Skype stopped playing nice.
Well, we had to put something in the window since you weren't there.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I don't
they're
know,
right
I
over
was
there.
Constantly harassing you. It's okay. I'm just messing.
No, it's fine. Here you go.
That's why I'm here.
All right, there you go, Tech.
And
All
thank
your
you,
dreams
thank
have come true.
Tech show.
you. Welcome to Dino Hour, folks.
Dino Hour.
Oh yeah,
And then
you should
I can
pitch
be
your
like,
new- should pitch your new show, Tech.
Oh yeah, it's just like this, except it doesn't look as cool, and there's only one person talking. And so that sounds pretty good, right? And the
One
person
quarter
is
of the show
me.
It's you.
for the same
Mhm.
price.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a bargain. You're rich.
Wow.
Why I'm a jerk. We'll pull up a pie chart here to show.
Oh, that's
You
not
should-
safe for work.
Oh no, that's lame.
You should make a show
Yeah.
called Tech's Tech Tips.
Oh,
Yeah, it would
God.
not be good. I would just have to call James all the time. I always tell it it is the long way of saying I'm a jerk. Now see, I'm a jerk should be in quotes there, because you're saying that. He got the comma right, but
My
also
favorite great sentence
No-
with the double is, yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't phrase that any
Right.
better.
got it looks like ISIS to me. So you tell me.
Wow, yeah. We're gonna get flagged. Oh, here comes Mark.
Sounds like mansplaining to me.
This is really fun. Alright, so now I just want the two of you to talk for a while.
Oh, this shit. Oh, God.
Live, laugh, love. Live, laugh,
Oh
love.
my god.
Oh, man. Nope.
And Kevin is he's loving this.
Trapped
Look how
in-
chill
trapped
he
in a
is.
room with me.
Yeah,
Live, laugh, love.
This is like, what was that Mario
Well-
3D Land or something, where if they die, they're in a bubble and you can pop them and bring them back?
Oh,
Isn't that the baby in Yoshi's Island too?
Yeah, but they brought that back in one of the later games. So.
That game was
pretty
pretty
good.
annoying.
It's a good impression.
It's
Isn't
really
that
fun.
one of those
though.
games that people are like, oh my god, this is like the greatest. This is the
Yeah.
best Mario game. It's like, ugh, no, you
Yeah.
just have like, this is just a
Say
part of your
Wario
personality.
Mario.
My
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
thing to do with Yoshi's Island is just turn it on and watch the menu screen. I think that's why everyone loves that game so much.
It's
got that cool,
the first one is really
Rotating thing, you know?
fun. Yeah, but the one for the DS is really bad level design, and I'm not even one to pick on stuff like that, but it's the kind of level design that like NES games used to do, where there'll be like an enemy that's just slightly off screen, and as soon as you move over, it kills
Oh,
you.
yeah.
So you have to learn its placement, and it's just awful. But I did
Is that
beat it.
Touch and Go? Yoshi Touch and Go?
I don't know. It was just
I
I thought
remember
it was
that
just
came
Yoshi's
out.
Island 2, the DS.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
find out.
I let somebody borrow it and they never gave it back to me.
Oh, yeah, that was a.
Damn.
Wait, was it?
Yoshi's Island.
I think it's called
Yes.
Touch and Go.
I don't remember it being called Touch and Go, but maybe it was.
Yoshi Touch and Go DS. Oh, wrong. Sorry.
I don't-
Filled it.
Look up this.
Is this it?
I don't know. Well, no. It's go back up to the one picture you were just on because I saw it appear in the bottom right corner.
Yoshi's Island, yes.
Thank
Okay.
You know
yeah,
what
Kevin,
game
jeez.
I
was
played
really
that one.
fun?
It's not good. Don't worry about it.
Super Princess
Yeah.
Peach. This game rules. It was actually like really fun
Yeah.
to play through, and there was at least one. I remember I was
that
playing it at band practice. Tech, you remember this? And there was a song that was so good that I used adapters to plug it into my
Yeah.
giant Fender DeVille amp and like crank it, and we just listened to this
It's
DS
beautiful.
music and the early
Cool.
vaporwave experiment, circa 2007 or so. You know.
That's awesome.
I think my carrots are moldy. I'm in the fridge right now.
God, Mark.
It's
the
like
hell is wrong
there's
with
like
you,
I
dude?
have this like weird issue with like when I worked at Jimmy John's. So we didn't have air conditioning at the Jimmy John's, and they would open the front
the
door. And you all right?
How are you
That
not
food
going to have
safe?
air conditioning in a Jimmy John's?
Oh yeah, no, it was
Yeah,
absolute
they're
garbage. It was
baking bread all
extremely
day
hot
in like
and
a shoebox store. It was
yeah,
an absolute nightmare.
but they would open the door when the weather felt good outside, and like as much as I like wanted to feel not hot, when the door was open, there's something incomplete feeling about the room, and it like just fucking drove me nuts. I hated it, and I feel that same way if a front door is open, even if you're just trying to air out the place, it gives me this weird like anxiety feeling, and that's how it feels when Mark is off screen cooking rice.
I feel that
Sorry.
I feel that way as like a cat owner, because like a door ajar is like absolutely out of the question. But
Right.
whenever I'm at people's places without cats, like like that Airbnb that we stayed at on Lake Biwa, where we could just leave those sliding doors open, it was just like, oh, I'm free, but I don't have a cat, so it's I wouldn't trade having
It's
a
nice
cat.
if you don't get like flies and bugs coming in your house.
Yeah, but it doesn't really. It's like it has nothing to do with that. The consequences of it. It has everything to do with like this weird feeling. I don't know how to explain it. But
So how was that?
They used-
How was that iceberg lettuce looking at Jimmy John's without the air conditioning? Was it all like brown
the food
and
was
limp?
gross. No, worse so was the meat, because the meat was all sweaty on top. Because
Well, and
Yeah.
all the delivery runners would come in and just stand in the walk-in because they were just dripping with sweat. And so that thing was opening and closing all day. That's when all the bread started melting. I showed you those pictures on an earlier stream where we did Josh and 666 with a pentagram and bread and stuff.
Bread.
Because they were like, we have to throw away this bread. It's no good.
It was really gross. We used to take pictures of the thermostat and send them to each other. Like when coworkers weren't there, just to be like, wow, look, it's 101 degrees inside of our Jimmy John's. And then I would be standing in front of the oven slicing meats for like 5 hours.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
wearing a
Jimmy John's
Jimmy John's
no longer in
fuck
business.
the owner of Jimmy. Fuck Jimmy John himself. That dude is terrible.
Yeah.
Jimmy Papa John.
This song's amazing too. Mark, I fucking love this song.
What song?
The forced outro. You have dropped this. I've heard you play this live, I'm pretty sure. Maybe?
I can't hear it.
You don't have to hear it. You can see it on Spotify.
Yeah, look.
Forced outro.
Forced outro.
Do you remember that song that you made called Forest Outro?
I think I know it.
Sorry. You know what? I take it back. Go back to your wife. I'm done with you. No, I'm going to put you in timeout. This is...
Yeah, use the last 15 minutes of the stream to go finish your dinner.
All right. So welcome to the new virtual desktop experience.
Banished him.
You can still hear me, though.
Yeah.
I'm inside the computer.
really wish I would have known that. I just wish I had thought about doing this earlier. I would have been doing this all the time.
Putting us in timeout.
Too busy living and laughing and loving. So, that's okay. Can anyone see? Does anyone know what my background is? It says "Live, Laugh, Love" in the Matrix font.
Was that? Did you make that as like a shirt of the day or whatever? Or was that just a fun?
No,
just for fun.
Here, it was just for fun. You can't.
It's on your Redbubble though, right?
I don't think it is actually.
Tech, this song's great too. It's Submerge.
I get
the
so many
track from
compliments on my Live, Laugh, Love mask.
What?
You do?
The last track from SeaWorld, Submerge, is playing right now. Can you hear me, Tech?
Yeah, no, I heard you.
Oh, you just don't care.
No, I said.
I'm never complimenting my friends again. No.
I said thanks.
Oh, did you?
I have poor connection. right now.
Yeah, I can't even see you.
Now I'm like a powerful, omniscient being.
Kevin, it's just you and me now, bud.
All right.
How you been?
Here's the high res.
I did better. How about you?
You've been banished too, Mark.
Oh, there you go.
He's taking it over.
He's hacking the mainframe.
I know. It's okay. All right, you guys are cool. I'm sorry. Tech's on the bottom now, where I like it.
That's nice. Okay. Where I like it too.
I didn't mean it like that. Everyone calm down.
I meant it like that.
That is actually really well done. I see a little. There's some moiring here. That's really just like the little pointed things. But yeah,
I actually halftoned. I did halftone that design.
Yeah, so. Halftone. Thank you. Yeah, that looks really nice.
So
one more fun fact about the moire effect: you can actually recreate it in print. Like if you're trying to halftone and you see it in Photoshop, 9 times out of 10 it won't be reproduced in print. But if you create halftones that are at 90 degrees exactly, and print it, that 90-degree halftone will compete with the mesh that it's screen printed through.
Oh, wow.
And actually reproduce the ugly dots that aren't the right size. It's possible
that's so
to
scary. It's
that.
like a demon from my nightmares, but coming to life. Like that that episode of the X-Files where it's like the dot matrix printer is just like printing out a bunch of garbled nonsense, and they can't figure out what it is, and then Mulder has a revelation, and he spreads it all out on the floor, and he goes to a higher place, and like wherever they are, and he looks down, and it's like the image of someone's face. Anyone know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Is that the one with the aliens?
God damn it.
So anyway, Kevin, what are your plans for tomorrow, man? What do you got going on?
I'm gonna try to finish this remix that I'm doing for Frank Joff C.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah. Don't listen to him. We don't.
I'm harassing.
I'm her butt.
What are you doing tomorrow, James?
Let's see. Oh God, it's Wednesday.
Oh God, let's see.
I probably have some meetings
Probably
and
have
stuff.
to
Tech, I swear to God.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna have to work hard tomorrow. I had to work today. This is actually my second live stream. I do a. I can't.
God damn it.
Oh, you know that's my weakness. I can't deal with hearing what I'm saying at a slight delay. That's really unfair.
All you have to do is put me back on screen and I'll stop.
Alright, I'll let you be the floating bubble while I'm talking here. So, the organization that I work for, we oversee this beautiful 17th century style Japanese house in West Fairmount Park, and we are open to the public, but we have limited capacity, and we can't do group tours anymore, which was a big part of sort of what we did. So now we're doing these Zoom group tours, which is fine. It's cool. Like I go there on my day off, and facilitate them. But it's weird because I'm out there and I'm like, it's like I'm live streaming, to just like people that are into Japanese culture, kind of like this, but just like more of a general audience, if you will. So yeah, this is my
generals.
my second stream of the day. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna have some meetings, and I get so many emails, like work emails, since COVID struck. It's been like I come back to my inbox after like one day not looking at it. It's like 50 new emails, and I don't want to read any of them. But yeah, lots going on. We got a new exhibition that we're installing, and there are a lot of we got a lot of grant money for that, so I have to allocate that. I'm not going to talk about that here, but it was
How many emails are you getting?
So it was a Pew Foundation grant, so it was substantial, and I'm in charge of
How many emails are you getting?
Putting lots of that towards capital improvement projects and
what kind of group tours? What kind of group tours do you have going right now?
So right now we just have a monthly general group tour.
Put Tech and Mark back.
Is Mark? Do you think did he just leave? Oh,
I'm back now. I muted myself while I was peeling potatoes, but I thought that would really upset you. So
yeah, that was really more for Mark than anyone else, just to sort of give him a nice reprieve there.
Literally, out of the whole week, we have 2 hours booked to all hang out, and this is how we spend it. Mark goes and peels potatoes.
It's like we're on a ship.
Cooking is my love language.
Tech is just fucking around.
And that's what I do every time.
All right, so
that's what the show's about. It's a
we're
lifestyle.
We're winding down here, which I know is sad. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Spotify playlist. Tech, did you update this ever, or? Oh wait, whoops, wrong one.
Uh-oh.
I was making fun of you, and then I'm the one who fucked up.
The secret VDE show rotation.
I never updated the Spotify playlist because I have too many responsibilities when it comes to this channel.
We're literally 45 minutes of an interview that was just a movie playing. You weren't even in the chat participating. So,
I wasn't in the chat. I wasn't.
Well, what would you say you do here? Wait, so you really didn't update this after all that?
I really did not update that, but I did it as a hostile act. I don't. Everybody sent me their songs, and I listened to all of them, and I didn't put them. I didn't think. But I didn't do it.
You think you could do it now, or?
I don't know. It seems like it's far away. Well, you want to talk? What kind of songs do you want to talk about?
We'll do it live.
I'm wondering. I wonder if it updates in real time. Well, not on the website, probably. But so add a song and then tell me, and then I'll refresh the page.
Okay. All right. Let's do it right now and see if this works. I think Mark was first. Yeah. Okay. No, Kevin was first.
I'm always first.
That's true.
Second place is the first loser.
So I copy it.
And then I play. Soda says, "I support Tech not doing what he's supposed to."
Okay, so James, they're going to appear at the bottom of the playlist if I put it in. So
Okay,
we should have a song called Sunday 259 that appears at the bottom of the playlist.
There it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, did I put? Oh, I clicked on the wrong. Okay, so great job, Kevin.
You want to say anything about that, Kevin, or just?
Yeah, that's hero.jp. They have done at least one, maybe two releases on Local Visions.
Yeah.
And I just found this one today. And this is like a new 2-track single that's not on Local Visions. If any of you cassette heads are interested, I think there's two. They did a short run of 40 cassettes, but it must be like a single or something because it's just 2 songs. But it's like, I mean, it's just really dope 80s funk, kind of like, sounds like a Prince instrumental or something. It's really sick. What else did I pick? I know I put a Carpenter song on there. They want to be
still updating
close
this
to
in
you.
real time, Tech?
Yeah.
Cool.
Are they not
Okay.
showing up, or are they?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
I can't see the
Yeah, Carpenter's close to you.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That song always gets me a little teary-eyed. It's like, it's about wanting to be close to someone. There's also a Body song, Central Casting. When I ride my bike around, especially if I'm going on like a long distance bike ride, I really like listening to like kind of like propulsive techno or something that has like a looping bass line and like 4/4 kick drums.
Didn't you give me shit for listening to music while I rode my bike, Kevin? I just caught you.
I don't listen on headphones. I listen on a Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, okay.
So
all right. So
I can
you're
still
just
hear
super
the environment.
annoying. Okay.
That's awful.
You still have the high ground.
It's
You're gonna annoy everyone else instead of
Everyone, let's just back off. It's all good. It is all good.
It's about as annoying as listening to music in your car. So literally at a volume that I can hear it at and no one else. I'm very conscious about that.
It's all good.
No, it's not. We're gonna hash it out right this time. I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit. I don't like
so yeah, that's my picks this week.
Mark, what did you pick?
Oh, it's my turn.
Sure.
Let me see. What did I do? Oh yeah, I did a Flying Lotus track from his last album, Flamagra, which is a really cool album. I don't know if anyone's heard it. It's great. But this particular song is like, it's got a reading by David Lynch, and it's like really atmospheric and stressful and amazing. And I highly recommend it.
You're not making any sense, Coop. Is it like that?
It's a little bit. I mean, it's his voice, so it's kind of like that. The other track is a song by a Mongolian throat singing troupe named Hun Hur Tu, and I don't know if anyone here knows them, but like I was like raised.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, Mark, we know. I'm just kidding.
My dad was like, just a bit of context here, like because both of these tracks are nostalgic for me, but Hun Hur Tu is like a Mongolian throat singing troupe from. I think it's called Tuva. It's a city called Tuva. Maybe it's a country.
Yeah, Tuva and throat singing.
Tuva and throat singing is a thing.
Yeah, so it's like they're like these people are pretty famous for their like pop sensibilities or like catchy songs and like I listened to a CD which is just called Best Live, which is like some of their best live record. They've got like live, best live, more live, like they just uploaded this stuff and onto Spotify, like, and I didn't know it was on there, but yeah, when I was a kid, we would just sit down and like my dad was like maybe just super into like listening to atmospheric music that would like, we dim the lights and he had like hi-fi stereo situation going on and we would just like listen, just everyone be quiet and listen. So
when Tech and I were in school, we actually got to see some Mongolian throat singing live in person, and it was fucking crazy because that like
they can hit
two notes at the same time. Yeah. Like at one point I could kind of do it like 0.5%. Kinda, yeah. It's all from down here.
That hurts my throat when I do that.
I saw this act live last year here in Vancouver, and it's incredible.
Yeah, it was
they're
really
still
mind blowing live, like
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It's the coolest thing. Yeah, so I got to see them live. It was great. And then the other track is I can't remember which track it is, but it's a Underworld song.
Yeah, I was just
And-
gonna say Underworld, like, and it's
Speaking
like
of
so
techno.
Matrix. Yeah, Tech was really
My-
into Underworld. Or he liked them because they were on the Saint soundtrack. I think Tech, is that right?
They were on the Batman and Robin soundtrack.
That's
They
it.
have
There you go.
But that song I think is like a single of theirs or something. But that song fucking rules, Moner.
Yeah,
they're
that was
sick.
it.
They're
That's
the
all it was
best.
sick.
Yeah. Hey, can I put a metal song on the playlist or no?
Yeah, dude.
It's your
I put
freaking
something from
playlist.
the fucking Dune OST. I think you can. I think it's safe to
Oh
say.
yeah, you picked Jared Leto's theme.
PayPal.
Yeah,
Fantasy.
Jared Leto's theme from Blade
Alex
Runner
Brandon.
2049. I'm a genius, and yet you must put technology inside of me. I shall murder this replicant in front of you so you can see that I am so twisted on my insides.
James, I'm moving all the songs to the top of the playlist.
I won't refresh. I'll talk about my picks real quick.
Okay.
Alameda by Elliott Smith, which Kevin was talking about. Albums that make you feel really sad, but also like incredible at the same time. And I don't think that there's an album that fits the bill for me quite like Either Or by Elliott Smith, which is my favorite and the best Elliott Smith album because the content is so upsetting. And
I
yet,
seriously can't even listen
Yeah.
to it anymore.
But-
it's like it's pain.
when
Wait,
you
to what? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
to Elliott Smith's Either Or.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But you listen to Alameda, and just like the first 30 seconds of that song, like just the guitar, even before he starts singing the like there's more actual musical content in the first 30 seconds of that song than on like most people's albums that think that they're musicians and like check out my new album, and it's just like music can be so much more than this. Have you heard music before? You know, so that's just one of those songs where you listen to it and it's like I'm a fucking joke. You know, like you listen to that
Yeah.
song, it's like yeah, like even I am a fucking joke, and it just makes me want to just, you know, people, you know, throw around Baroque pop or whatever, but it's definitely real when you hear something with so many notes and so many chords changing so quickly, and every single one is better than the last, you know. Truly
Elliott
amazing
Smith is
song.
more like has like a Baroque heart.
I got a Baroque harpsichord and your name on my wig. I also put in Jared Leto's theme from David Lynch's Dune, a polarizing film by all accounts. But that movie it's really good until the fourth act. Let's be honest, and then they just ran out of time and money. It seems like. But I put it on this playlist because, like Snowdrift Waltz, from the Final Fantasy XI OST that I have put on this playlist in the past, it's a great song to just put on loop. Put that song in a loop. This one can last for about 15-20 minutes before you're going to want something else going on, but it's one of my favorite loopers. And then just to round it out, just really awesome Monari Wakita track. It's just really good
Oh, yeah.
J-pop from last year, like neo city pop, which is cool.
I love that album.
Yeah, it's really, really excellent. Oh, and I telling you guys about Terrace House, which is this Japanese reality show that my girlfriend got me into, and there was an episode of the Karazawa season, which, mind blown, I was in Karazawa when they were filming that season. I might have walked right by the Terrace House and not even realized it. It was like straight up November 2018 is when they filmed it. But there's a musician who joins the house that season, and they're like, "Oh, what kind of music do you make?" And he's like, "City Popo." and he like asked them like, "Are any of you familiar with city pop?" And they're all like, "No, what's that?" And he's like, "Oh, so it's kind of like." And I'm like, "Ha! See, it is real." I'm so tired of fucking white dudes on Twitter being like, city pop isn't even real. It's like, you can calm down because it is. There was someone on Twitter. This was months ago, and I never let go of it. It was like, I've never seen a city pop section in a Japanese record store. I've been to many. It's like, I fucking have.
I went to like, I don't know, I probably went to like at least 20 record stores the last trip, and like I'd say that, I don't know, like half of them had a card that said city pop on it.
Yeah, and it was on Terrace House, so I don't want to hear about it anymore. So anyway,
there was a watch that said Future Funk. So
there's a watch that says Future Funk.
Time is a circle.
Time is a circle. Future Funk, which is really a beautiful statement about the music of the past and recycling it. You know. All right, so I'm gonna refresh this so we can take a look at Tech's picks, and then we are over time. So yeah, then we can get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I picked a song called Cheska's View. From an artist called Roomful of Teeth at the last second because I was inspired by what Mark was talking about with the Two Von Throat singing. Roomful of Teeth is a really cool group. They're an a cappella group. I know a cappella is one of the coolest types of music. And
just ask Andy from The Office.
Yeah. Yeah. They are a group of extremely well-trained singers who were then trained to sing in other unique styles of singing, like Chinese opera, and like there's a song on their first album where they're like singing in various styles, and then one person is just reciting like reading like blueprints, and so sort of like enunciating like a 36-degree angle to the right, like
it kind of sounds like books or something.
Yeah, but it's better and
Okay.
good. But
hey,
yeah,
the
but
books are alright. They're cool.
Fine. These songs are really well orchestrated because it's like by a real composer.
It's not like the old dude on a record.
Yeah.
To dance, you must first put your foot forward.
Yeah. Now nod your head like this.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It was a time. It was a moment in time.
It was a time. Anyway, so a song that song in particular has a lot of yodeling, but it's really beautiful. And then I picked an Arcade Fire song to stay on brand.
Awful sound. That's what I think when I hear Arcade Fire.
I just recently, just for some reason.
Now, Tech, are we allowed to listen to this without a tuxedo on, or is that required?
James is referencing a time when Arcade Fire asked that their audience dress in fancy attire when coming to their shows,
and they were decried as classist.
You didn't actually have to. They wanted to throw like a fun party like that, and then a bunch of people got pissy about it. And then to round out the playlist so it doesn't interrupt anything.
Yo, Molo 360 is all about Terrace House, and what they said about it is exactly correct. It is really interesting. It is a lot sweeter than the Western versions of those shows, although there is definitely some trashy drama, but mostly in the season that took place in Hawaii. And so I blame it on the American element being introduced to the show. There are some insufferable
That's exactly
characters.
what I was talking about on my stream last night when I was talking about World War Olympics. It's about the just westernization of Eastern stuff. Anyway,
everyone should watch Tech's stream, by the way. I can't because I just know him
Where
too
were you,
well.
James?
You know? There's absolutely no reason for you to watch this.
Yeah, and I don't want you to know that it's like, oh, James is watching, so I have to be a certain way because he's gonna call me on my bullshit, you know.
Oh, he talked so much shit about James on the stream. It was great.
No, I just mean, Tech, you deserve a platform for your bullshit, and I shouldn't be there to check it, you know. So
for your bullshit.
I appreciate that, to be honest. Yes. But anyway, so watch my stream or perish.
Watch my stream.
I picked a
click the link
song.
I sent. Click the link I sent. Oh, sorry. Finish your songs.
No, it's cool.
It's fine,
Mark's
Mark,
taking
what do you have to
charge.
say?
No, here, hold on a second. Hold on. No, the
This could be the
floor
note
is
that we-
yours. Mark's gonna play us out here.
Here we
Click the
go.
link. Click the link that I sent. Everything is fine. It's just me now.
Oh, actually, this is cool. This is worth sharing.
Oh, thank you. So you have to. You didn't trust my intuition.
No, I did. I was just being a jerk. Like, I feel like I could go another hour tonight. Now I'm feeling feisty. Oh,
All right, let's
cool.
watch. Let's
Oh,
watch
wow.
this.
So this is gonna play us out tonight, folks. This was a watch that we saw in a store in Japan, but it is a
circle.
oh, wow. That motion it's really smooth. If you see this
That's
actual
crazy.
video, that's really cool.
So
Rotating.
what happens at like 10:99?
Oh, it just happened.
What
It just
happens?
rolled across. It just
69.
existed. Yeah.
It goes into goes into overtime.
Yeah, that's cute. Speaking of
Oh, what happens
overtime,
if
I think that's enough from
Yeah.
us tonight. So I'd like to thank everyone for tuning
Party's
in.
over.
Thanks again, of course, to Josh Stefane for being our translator. Thanks to Stay Aka for everything that you did for us on both Neo Gaia tours and for joining us in the virtual desktop. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks to everyone who watches. Thanks to everyone who buys a T-shirt and a record. Someday,
We love you all.
we love you all, and we will go back to Japan again, and it's going to be great because the next Neo Gaia tour, it's going to belong to you guys too, and we want to do this show in Japan eventually, all together. But a lot of things have to change on this
from
earth.
Koko Ichibanya.
Yeah, a lot of things need to change on this earth before that can go down, but it will go down. I know things can seem grim, but always remember the future is always brighter, because it just has to be, So anyway,
It's like David Lynch said the other day, I'm wearing dark glasses because the future is so bright.
that is a beautiful sentiment. So I'm just gonna go ahead and eject the desktop.
I know.
And